Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be finally installing the rear diffuser for my Audi S3. Alrighty, so this is how my S3 looks at the moment. So in the center section here, it just looks a bit dull. You've got the new sort of line here from my new, lip kit stopping there. Then obviously there's the exhaust tips. And then really what we want to do is sort of continue this line across there. So this is the actual part that will form the line along the bottom there. And then I also have the fins. So these will essentially follow the contour lines that already exist on the body. You can see it's already got these fins here. So these kind of sit in about the same position as well and just accentuate that a little bit further. They all look very heavy duty. I'm very impressed with the material this stuff is made out of. Each one of these 8 fins only goes in one of these particular slots. There's pretty detailed instructions, and this just slides in and locks into place. Then we drill some holes into the back bumper and use 4 bolts to hold this onto the back bumper. It's foolproof. So hopefully I don't get stumped, because I don't think I'm a fool. Many would, but I don't. So let's go and get this on. So if you see all of these locations where the fins go, they've marked L1, L2, over here it's L3, L4. So all I have to do is find the ones in here that say L whatever. Does that one say L2? So I find where L2 goes, and that goes there. So let's give that a go. So L2 into L2. Oh yeah? Oh, that's solid. That's not moving anywhere. It just says up there L1. So we find L1, which in this case is right next to the one I already put in. So it just kind of slides in. There is a little bit of pressure when you get to this point, because there's obviously no hole in this part, so you sort of have to push over it. Oh, it's a satisfying click. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of them in place now. There we go. Alrighty, so now that the diffuser has been assembled, it's a matter of holding the diffuser up against my rear bumper, and it should fit in quite nicely towards the edge of the actual bumper. So these bumpers all have a little lip along the edge, and I'm pretty sure that these guys have designed this to fit right up against that. So I'm going to hold that up and then mark the location of where I need to drill. Right? No, like that. It seems to be exactly the same width as well, which is making it, I think, quite easy to line up in the center. So again, like with the side skirts, this bumper seems to have 2 sort of layers to it. So you sort of have to drill through both of them together. I'm going to test fit the whole thing as it is, and just to make sure that all my holes line up. So I'm just going to put 1 bolt in on one of the sides and hold it up and make sure, just visually, that all of the other holes line up with the holes on the diffuser. Okay, so this is where it lines up, and I think it looks really ridiculous. It should be like there. Alrighty, I'm not sure what I've done here, but I feel like it's not sitting in the right position. But I'm going to go ahead anyway, and then just see what it looks like once it's all on. And then I can always take it off and, drill some new holes further out or something if I don't like the way it's sitting. But right now I'm going to give it a go. Nah, see, it's definitely not in the right place, because I can't even get the washer onto the top of it. There's not enough room. There's too much of the bumper left there. So this is what I should have done from the start, is use my jack to hold it up. I don't even know where it's supposed to go. That's the problem. Yeah, that's got to be where it goes, for sure. Alright, so that's all of the holes drilled into the bumper, as well as a second set of holes, because, I don't know, I just am not good with lining things up, I guess. I swore I had it lined up the first time. Apparently I didn't. Well, maybe I did, but I just prefer the way it looks if I bring it out a little bit further. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe it wasn't wrong, I just realized I liked it better a different way. So either way, I've got options now. So now all that's left to do is raise it back up with my jack and get the bolts up into the right place and tighten them up. What a glorious noise. The call of the mechanic as he wheels his trusty trolley jack into position for the final attack on his prey. I forgot they all need to be slightly bigger. They need to be an 8mm instead of a 6mm hole. Okay, so I've just got to find the hole, which, look, I've never been great at that, but here we are. Let's just get one in and holding it up by its own weight, and then we can kind of adjust things from there. But the hardest part is just holding it in place while you're doing all this. There we go. Where's me nut? Oh, I've lost me nut. Not an ideal place to lose a nut. Alright, so because I think I've got this sitting in a different position to what the manufacturer thought I should put it in, I've had to find some slightly longer hardware. So luckily I've got a box of all my old bits and pieces, which if you're working on your own cars, you've got a box or a bucket or something like that that has all your old nuts and bolts. They are super important for stuff like this. Holy cow, it has come in handy so many times. Anyway, so I found some slightly longer hardware, so that should allow me to put this in, tighten everything down, and that'll end up having this sticking outwards just a little bit more. But look, that's fine. If you're doing custom stuff, you need custom stuff to go with it, so I'm not mad. Alright, let's get this done. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's through. That's going to do it. Okay, we'll try the last one. And then we'll see where it all lines up. And if it looks any good. And if it does, then great. And if it doesn't, then we can always readjust from there. Well, the problem is I can't see this one. Why doesn't this one want to go all the way through? What the hell's going wrong on this side? I don't get it. Oh, there might just be one thread. Stupid nut. I might be able to get one thread started, and if I can, and then we are on. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Oh, is that on? I think we're on. Woohoo! Oh my god. Holy crap. Alright. Let's do these up. And we'll go and look at the final product, eh? Alrighty, so that's everything tightened up. That definitely looks super aggressive. Ignore the flashing horror light. Actually, I'll move the light out of the way, hang on. That is super cool. So I think the idea with this is that it should be tight enough that this doesn't flap while you're driving. To do the final tightening, I'm using hand tools. Now the reason for that is you can feel when things change so much easier using your hand tools. You can feel a difference in torque required when you've gone through into another material, for example. You can feel when the bumper is, let's say, deforming slightly because you've gone too far, things like that. So I'm doing that just to be careful, making sure I'm not going to break anything. And I suppose, more importantly for aesthetics, making sure I'm not going to bend anything past the point of where it looks good. See, now that I've tightened this one by hand, you can see this isn't flapping anymore when it bounces. So if I go on like this now, if I try to push this around a little bit now, it's not kind of coming away from the bumper, then hitting the bumper, then coming away from the bumper, then hitting the bumper. It's just kind of become one with the bumper itself now. So I'm going to go and do that for all four, make sure that they're all nice and tight without being too tight, and then we should be good. Pretty damn tight as it is. You know, I can't bend it away from the bumper. I can, but it takes a lot of force, so I think that'll be fine as it is. Okay, well they all seem pretty tight as it is. So there you go guys, that is a rear diffuser install on an Audi S3. That was probably one of the easiest things that I've done to this car so far. It really was just 4 holes. The hardest part was just trying to get them in the right place, and even though I messed them up the first time, I just drilled some more holes and got it looking right. If you don't want extra holes in your bumpers, then you know, make sure you get it right first time. I'm not really too fussed. Nobody's ever going to see that. So I'm stoked with how this has turned out. That makes the whole rear end of this car look super aggressive now. So guys, if you did find this video useful, please consider subscribing. It does help me out. Like the video, helps me out as well. Yeah, stay tuned for a whole lot more Audi S3 content, and I'll see you in the next one. Tickle, tickle.